All right, welcome. Today, we're going to take a tour of one of the most incredible, mind-bending texts you could ever imagine. This is our explainer on the Avataṃsaka Sūtra. So let's just start with a huge question. Right off the bat, what does the universe actually look like at the precise instant of total enlightenment? Not just, what's in front of you, but everything, everywhere, all at once. Well, believe it or not, an ancient Buddhist text tries to paint that exact picture for us. It's called the Avataṃsaka Sūtra, or, and I love this name, the Flower Garland Scripture. And its opening scene is just this breathtaking description of reality, as seen through the eyes of the Buddha at the very moment he woke up. Now, you have to understand, this wasn't some obscure scroll collecting dust on a shelf. Oh no, this text had one of the most powerful fans in history, which really tells you just how important people thought it was. And that fan was Wu Zetian, the one and only female emperor in China's entire long history. She was so fascinated by the sutra that back in the 7th century, she personally put together a team for a brand new translation. She even wrote the preface herself, calling it the secret treasury of all Buddhas. I mean, come on, that is about as big time as an endorsement gets. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's take that cosmic tour of the scene the sutra sets up. The Buddha has just achieved enlightenment, and reality itself is kind of peeling back to show its true nature. We're going to start from the ground up. So the ground itself, it's not just dirt anymore. The sutra says it's made of solid, indestructible diamond, and it's covered in countless incredible jewels, with a surface like a giant mirror, reflecting an ocean of infinite shapes and colors. And everywhere there are these banners made of gems just hanging in the air, constantly giving off light and beautiful sounds. And right at the center of all this is the Bodhi tree. But this is the Bodhi tree 2.0. Its trunk is diamond, the branches are the shimmering blue lapis lazuli, and the leaves and fruits are all these different dazzling jewels. It's just radiating light, raining down even more gems. And here's the wild part. The tree itself is talking. Its branches are echoing with the teachings of the Dharma non-stop. From there, the scale just explodes. I mean, the Buddha's palace and the lion throne he's sitting on are described as being so unbelievably vast that they fill all of space. They don't just sit in one spot. They contain the entire realm of reality, all held within a single moment of enlightened thought. Now here's where it gets really, really interesting. Who's actually there to witness all this? Because this isn't some solitary event. The audience is just as cosmic as the stage. So, leading the pack, you have the great bodhisattvas. These are beings who are right on the verge of becoming Buddhas themselves, and they've dedicated themselves to helping everyone else get there too. Big names like the great bodhisattva Samantabhadra are right there in the front row. And how many of them are there, you ask? Well, the sutra gives this amazing image. Their number is equal to all the atoms, all the tiny dust motes in 10 entire Buddha worlds. It's a number so huge, it's basically a poetic way of saying infinite. And they're just getting started. The sutra just lists group after group of beings who showed up. You've got these fierce Vajra protectors whose job is to guard the teachings. You've got the gods of the mountains and the earth who are there to provide stability, gods of rivers and oceans to guide the flow of the Dharma. Even the elements are there, in person. The gods of wind and fire are there to burn away delusion, and the gods of night and day are there to light the path. It's like every single part of the cosmos sent a representative. And the guest list just keeps going. Dragon kings are there. Their ancient rivals, the Garuda kings, are there too. Asuras, celestial kings. Beings from every imaginable realm have all gathered. And the incredible thing is, for this one sacred moment, all their old conflicts, all their beefs are just paused. Everyone and everything is part of this one single harmonious event. So you have to be asking, why? Why paint this impossibly huge picture? This isn't just about showing off some spectacular vision. There's a really deep philosophical point being made here. See, this whole scene, with every being and every element from across the cosmos gathered in one place, it's not just a celestial party. It is a living, breathing portrait of the universe as it truly is, a single, completely interconnected whole. This gets us to the core philosophy of the whole sutra, and it's called interpenetration. The idea basically is that every single particle of existence, every speck of dust, every person, every god, at the same time contains and is contained within every other thing. Nothing is separate, it's all one. And the sutra itself says it beautifully. A line from the preface says, "In every single pore, it can contain all worlds without obstruction." So that giant assembly we just talked about, where infinite beings are all in one place, it's not just a cool metaphor. From this enlightened perspective, it's a literal description of how reality is put together. The infinitely large exists inside the infinitely small. So we'll leave it there with a final thought for you to chew on. If this vision of reality is true, if every single atom of your being contains the entire cosmos and you, in turn, are contained within every other atom, what does that change about our individual place in this whole grand scheme of things?